Halloween week, but let's be honest, we love a bit of dark, emo, gothy, moody vibes all year round. So to celebrate, I'm on a bit of a mission. My gorgeous hubby and I are going to a ghost festival for Halloween night. I've got my costume kind of like 70% sorted, but I'm just looking for a few extra things. And also, as part of this video, we're doing another set of my custom nails. We're just driving, so sorry if it's a bit bumpy. And I'm going to pick them up tomorrow and have them put on. They are looking amazing. They sent me a shot of what they've done and oh, gorgeous. Black, gold, just very moody, very Halloween, but also very wearable for beyond that as well. So we're gonna hit the thrift this morning and just see what we can find. And it's so rainy, and that's why I've got a scarf on, because it's actually really cold again. Like, it was 12 degrees last night. I forget what that is in Fahrenheit. It's cold and rainy today, so very perfect moody, gothy Halloween weather. I'm loving it. You've got your costume pretty much sorted too, babe, don't you?
I think.
We think. We'll see on the day, but we'll share all of that with you. Obviously, you'll see it post-Halloween, but yeah, bit of fun. Come along and let's hit the thrift first. Honestly, sometimes I just like to go into the thrift store to get inspiration for what I already have, because I'll just see something and it will trigger me to think, okay, well, I have a top like that, so why don't I just use that? Or maybe I could, style it in a different way. I loved that this store had their own specific Halloween section. Now, my tip is definitely have a look here, obviously, if it's that time of year when you need a costume, but quite often I have found things like this that I would legitimately wear in normal everyday costumes aside. So have a look, because you never know what you might spot. You might find a great black dress or something in an animal print. Like, this was cool. It was quite a nice cut, really nice fabric. So it's definitely worth a look. But then, of course, there was that. But this t-shirt, black is my happy color. I love it. I would wear that any day of the week, and I loved the Wednesday series. Then I decided to head up the stairs for a few reasons. Homewares, love them. And at this time of year, I get excited about all the decorations. So obviously, as you're watching this video, it was Halloween time. Next, we've got Christmas, or Thriftmas, as I like to call it. And I just really like to see how the staff style the store and all the bits and pieces. And you really can find everything you need secondhand. You don't need to buy new. This mirror was fantastic. I love a really good sized mirror. I always grab myself a little bowl or basket so I can put my jewelry in. I thought this fan was really cool. It was a great contrast of the metal with that wooden base. I thought this chest was absolutely fantastic. Obviously, it needs a good clean and a dust off, but look at that ornate carving. It would look so good as a coffee table. Baskets like this are great alternatives to those plastic ones that you normally see kids carrying their trick-or-treats in, and I think it's also good for times like Easter. Look out for things that you can reuse. I was so enamored with this. I had no idea what I would use it for, but I just thought, how amazing is the shape of that? It's so cool, right? I was thinking, could I use it as a handbag? No, everything would fall out, Faye. But I just loved the shape. And then I saw this little chair, and I had to get it for my Labubu. Yes, I'm a crazy Labubu lady, but look how happy she is. These little mini thrift carts cracked me up as well. I already have one that my friend gifted me, so I was tempted by these, but I left them there for the next person. I thought Halloween was scary, but this was pretty scary, seeing something for Valentine's Day already. But just goes to show you that when you're thrifting, if you find something that is out of season, if it's a good deal, grab it, I say. At this point, I was still musing on how I was going to make antennae for my Halloween costume. You'll see more details on that later in the video, but I'm dressing as a high fashion aunt. It'll make sense later on. So I was looking at cords, and then I was just thinking, well, that's just asking for trouble, cutting up that kind of stuff. So it just became a little bit too hard basket. But luckily, my neighbor is a creative, thrifty genius, and he came up with a clever alternative that was much easier. So yes, stay tuned and you'll see how all of that unfolded with my costume later in the video. I went over to the men's t-shirts next. How good was this one? I was so into the Karate Kid back in the day. I think I was secretly in love with Daniel's son. Anyway, that's another story. And I always have to have a look for Lee as well, and that means I can steal the t-shirts because I love oversized. But looking out for great basics in the men's section is a really good approach for us girls because you get a more generous fit. How cool was the detail on that one? You get a more generous fit, you get a longer sleeve, you get a cooler look, I think. I just do not like the look and fit of women's t-shirts. They're too tight, they cut our arms off. I just think they're not a vibe at all. And look, you can quite often find brand new with tags too. I always look out for 100% cotton or like a cotton blend with a linen. I found some really great t-shirts over the years, and when you find a good blank canvas like plain colors, you can add your own personality to it. So you could embellish that with diamantes, you could crop it, you could cut the bottom of it and then slice up towards the collar to create a fringing effect. I've been watching a lot of DIY videos with t-shirt customization, and I'm getting really inspired to do some projects myself. I thought this t-shirt was really cool. It was actually just a men's fast fashion, but I really liked the details on it. Again, that's something that you could slice and dice and make look really unique. There's some great kind of knotting and twisting techniques that you can do with cotton that looks amazing on t-shirts. I love a good crazy shirt moment, and I think they look quite cool, buttoned all the way up underneath a men's suit for just a really unexpected contrast and pop. Not sure how Virgil would feel about this off-white bootleg moment, Tom and Jerry, but I thought it was funny, so I had to show you. It kind of looked real on the front, but the back does not look real. I love spotting little details on thrift finds, and I thought this little mummy was a great option for Halloween. Next, I went over to the scarves. Scarves are fantastic because you can do so many things with them, and I actually found a couple of insanely beautiful 100% silk pieces, which I will show you later in the video. So gorgeous. Because black is my happy color, I had to have a quick look at the black top options, and even when I'm costuming, I'm looking for pieces that I know I can wear again, and seeing this reminded me that I already have something similar. So as I said at the beginning of this section of the video, sometimes it's just about going to the thrift and getting inspired and being reminded of what you already have, and then thinking about how you could reinvent that for a special occasion. I thought this was really beautiful. I don't have anything like it, but I left it there too because I'm trying to be a good girl. It's a new day, something is missing, I'm feeling very naked, so let's go and get some custom press-on nails with my fave girls at AOUO for Halloween. Because nothing is scarier than a naked nail. Let's go get some custom press-ons for Halloween. Seriously, this is one of the coolest places in Sydney. Head to the Chinatown Mall and you will find AOUO press-on nails. Oh look, they even rolled out the blood red carpet for me.
Hi gorgeous girls.
Hi, hello. How are you?
Good. Hello, I'm so excited.
So I've had a Divine custom set made And the time and effort that the girls put into these is absolutely beautiful. But they do have literally the great wall of ready-to-wear nails if you prefer. So the first step is they just do a double check to make sure that the custom nails fit me. I literally have the world's smallest nail bed. So then they give them a quick buff, make sure they're nice and clean and dry. And today we're using UV stickers. So there's no glue here, much better for your nails. These little stickers are fantastic. So she measures that as well. And then they literally just stick on your nail. And then there's a little piece on top that she peels off, you can see there. And then the nail is just pressed on top. Then they use this really cool little portable UV wand. There's the first hand done, how amazing. On to the second, so same, we're adding those UV stickers. And what I love about these is that they're really kind on your nails. My nails have literally got stronger and healthier since stopping shellac and using these press-on nails. Look how good they look. The last step is just a final seal in the magic UV light, and she ready. Look at these babies. I love them. Prepare to be sick of me. Now I'm off to plan my 90s Mugler, or should I say Mugler, Halloween fit. Hey loves, first of all, I just wanted to talk about my Halloween costume a little bit because there's some really cool inspiration behind it. And it's got some powerful symbolism. So I went as the Thierry Mugler ant woman from his 1997 Haute Couture collection. It was called les ensectes, which means the insects or the insect. And he was really inspired by a novel from the early 1900s by Franz Kafka, I think is how you say name, let me check. Franz Kafka. So the novel was called The Metamorphosis, and the character or the protagonist in that book was this salesman, and he morphed into an insect, and it was kind of this like big statement about, you know, adversity and life and how we're constantly evolving and changing, and how sometimes those changes can affect the way that we see the world, the way that we relate to the people around us, our relationships change. People might judge us or see us differently because we've become different. It's really interesting. Obviously with my Halloween costume, I came at it from a fashion perspective, not knowing as much about the inspiration and symbolism as I do now. And I just also see how perfect that is, because I'm definitely going through my own metamorphosis and, you know, like working on my own business now and like morphing into this kind of new woman really. And so it's just so powerful how on point that is. And this is what I love about fashion, particularly high fashion and archival fashion. Like the more you dive into those shows, the meaning that these designers put into their collections is extraordinary. There's always a great message or some kind of story to tell, and I just love that about fashion. So my point is, when you can, you know, look back at some of that show, some of those shows, like that show in particular, that 1997 Les Ensectes show, it goes for about an hour, but it is one of the most beautiful things you will ever see. It is a visual feast. I'll link it below and you can definitely check that out. So my costume was all thrifted and I had a lot of fun putting it together. I found pretty much the exact same glasses on a thrifting trip about a month ago, and that's what really sparked the idea. And then I just used pieces that I had in my wardrobe. My neighbor had some cable ties, so that's how I made the antennae. I just glued that onto an old hat that I had. And obviously had my nails done, as you saw in the video, and it worked out so perfectly. It was a really rainy night, so the Ghost Festival wasn't as good as it could have been, which was a bit disappointing, but Lee and I still had fun. We had the most fun taking the photos and being silly and acting like 5-year-olds, and I think Halloween is so great for that, like bringing out that playtime and, you know, that shadow side, and yeah, just having fun. So hope you liked my look. I certainly did. I loved it. I think it's one of my favorite looks that I've done for Halloween. Now, let's talk about what I got on the thrift trip quickly. Let me go grab it. Found some really cute pieces that are going to go up on OPSHOPULENCE.com. So I'm going to do a holiday collection. So lots of sparkle, lots of bling, but obviously I want to get that up soon so you can shop it and I can get it to you in time before Christmas, because there'll have to be a cutoff date, particularly for my overseas customers. And I think it's early December. So I've got to get the bits up there pretty soon. But look at these beautiful vintage earrings. Aren't they divine? I mean, they're just absolutely perfect for the holiday collection, and really rare to find something like this in a thrift store. So I just thought they were absolutely beautiful and a must. I found a couple of incredible silk scarves. This is really huge as well. It's folded on this hanger, but it's really big, and it's a beautiful Japanese scenery. So hopefully you can see some of the images there. But not only could you wear it around your hips over pants or a suit, you could almost wear it as a skirt or a top. It's so large. And the silk, chef's kiss. Another beautiful 100% silk scarf in leopard print this time. Also rare to find. Normally they're synthetic-y ones. And it's got a great fringed edge to it, nice and big. A different shape to the Japanese one, but absolutely divine. A really nice silk tie. I found a few silk ties, or I have found a few silk ties over the last few weeks, I should say. So I will pop them up in my neck pieces section on my website, because I think silk ties look incredible on us girls. And then look at this divine little vintage bag that I found. Look at that. She's giving 1920s, but I think she's more like a Y2K piece, maybe 90s. So it's definitely a replica of what would have been an antique piece, but the beading is really intact. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got that fringing style, which is very on trend, and I love the neutral tone. She is an absolute showstopper. In keeping with my great bangle stack reign, I found another gorgeous resin bangle in a beautiful olive green tone. Isn't that great? Really like the abstract shape of it. I think it looks fantastic, especially in the stack that I'm wearing. And lastly, I just wanted to say a big thank you for the support on my last video, and to all the gorgeous babes who came over to OPSHOPULENCE.com to shop with me. I really appreciate your support and believing in my small business. It means the world to me. So to wake up to all of those orders after posting that video was the best way to wake up. So I just wanted to say that I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I have new customers from different parts of the world now because of that video, and yeah, I'm just really grateful. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting OPSHOPULENCE, and thanks for tuning into the videos. I'm really glad that you're enjoying it, that you like my style, the ideas are resonating with you. It's wonderful. I love being here. So yeah, big thank you to all of you. This community is such a vibe, and it's a pleasure to create content for you. I'm off now to make some more thank you cards for all the orders that I need to ship off tomorrow, so that's cool. Don't forget to check out OPSHOPULENCE.com, like, comment, subscribe. It helps to grow my channel, and it helps me to be able to create more content for you, which I love doing, and it seems you love it too. So mwah. Here's to us. I'll see you really soon for the next one. Bye loves.